it's your birthday, so I know you want to ride out.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Jeremih. You are now checking out Thisis50.com. I mean, I was raised on the south side of Chicago. I wouldn't say it was the way of life, but I was in a musical household. And whether it was my grandmoms, who at the time I was staying with, my mother, my sister, everybody seemed to be somehow, somewhere musically inclined. So I, wake up in the morning, hear some old Motown, hear some Dusties, and I just wake up and start to learn them. That's what I always listen to, old school. Music is, in a way of life, especially if you think about it, whether it's commercials, whether you get in your car, just imagine without music. I always say, man, life would almost be a mistake. So, well, I was heavily into electronics, even while I was in high school. I was obviously in all type of sports activities or whatnot. I was in the hoop squad, but I also accessorizing, should I say, cars and installing a lot of new, exclusive, customized, vehicles. So I got into the sounds, which I still am, So I was starting kitting out my car. Back then I had an old Saturn I bought from my mom's, and I kitted that out. Everybody used to call it Batmobile. So I don't know. I was into that. I don't know. I'll probably be doing that somehow, somewhere, engineering, technology type. I was given the tools by my parents, but I can say I raised myself more as an artist. They were there, they gave me the background and everything I could that was used as instrumentals, to my life. So I would say I raised myself as an artist. No, it's never been a burden, and if it never does, I feel like I probably would. But at this point, I feel like when I feel like I'm not having fun is when I think I could tell, and I pause. Sometimes as an artist, you do need to take a break. You need to step back, live some life. Live a couple of days, go away, get a vacation. And basically, that's how I write. The worst song in birthday sex, I always say, would probably been Sex. And that's only because, I don't know how, but I was able to write the record. Shout out to Marcus Finch as well, and Mick Schultz who produced it. But we were able to relate, the record without even being as vulgar as people might have thought it might have been after seeing the title. And I think it was some type of renaissance, to make the word sex sell. It showed that it proved that it's so, indeed. And the record, I'm not complaining at all. It was like a gift and a curse at the same time, I would say, because people criticized me and put me in this, birthday sex box, and really didn't want to hear other records in which I felt that I knew, a lot of people could relate to and offer had they got the album. Well, both. I feel like I said, I listen to all types of music, man, from the old, like I say, Stevie Wonder, so which I was raised up listening to as a musician himself, to, growing up and listening to a lot of music, Soul Child, and Donnell Jones, whom I credit a lot of his, just his tone and everything to a lot of my vocal ability. Raphael Sadiq. I listened to from that range to all types of rap. I just feel like with those records, they needed that power. It was fun doing it, Once again, like with that, I spoke a lot of things into existence because I ain't got no ice, I ain't no cars. Well, I don't even say got, but I didn't have any ice, so I didn't have cars at the time. I just was talking like, yo. And so the video relayed that message, because that's really how I was. And so so my time, once again, DJ Khaled played the Runners, they beast me on the beats, and we went out there, they played it, and I was like, yo, it's a rap record. It was, but I feel like I was able to pull it off with that 16, the Fab definitely is. Yeah, he wasn't even on it. Oh. I heard it, I heard the beat, and they was like, yo, he wrote his 16s, and I was just like, oh, for sure, well, like this might be a single, and I'm like, I hear that a lot, but I'm just like, I'm gonna do my thing anyway. And so they played it. It was out there in Miami. That was actually my second time in Miami. And Cali brought us to a studio. And he's like, yo, Jay, I need you to go in, if you can, do a little 16. I know it's a rap. I know it's a lot of energy. But when I heard it, I'm like, yeah, that's when I just got signed and everything. So I kicked it off, 09, all mine, type of flow. And I kind of went with it. Everybody was there, and I felt that record. So this next album, I think, I know what it is. I knew what it was then. I knew like, yo, I'm a signed artist. I have a point to prove here. And I can do a lot more than those type of tones or whatever with my voice. I feel like my voice really can do a lot. And on this album, I feel like I showcased that. So the first single off of the album is I Like. And crazily, it was the last record that I recorded with Mick. I Like, we actually had came back to Chicago, and we had all them joints by then. But when we got back, it was like the first record we recorded when we got home. And we were like, yo, LA, we got some new stuff. You see what you feel about this. And we're like, yo, this is it. So the time I had 2 verses on it, which I was in love with. They was real. The beat was hypnotic. I feel like the ladies would definitely love it and be able to whine to it, in the club. But he played for Luda, and they said, yo, your label like, yo, Luda needs to get on this, man. So I'm like, for sure. So, you know, I know he had been on a lot of records, and as a Luda fan all these years, I'm like, oh, that'd be dope. I could see him definitely spitting. And he put a 16 on it, and I'm talking about, like, killed it, you know, in a way in which I completely forgot that second verse, like, as much as I loved it. And when I heard it, I'm like, damn, you know, and sure enough, it started playing on the radio. Same type of scenario as when Birthday Sex kicked off in Chicago, because still, I don't think they went for ads yet, the label, but, you know, we had the record, and I'm like, yo, I think this needs to be heard. So, Chicago embraced it, man, and so far so good. There's been a lot of feedback. Ironically, the song is called I Like, so to hear people like, yo, I like, it's like, it's very important to me. That's just where I'm from. So I like to represent them well and show people that's how we come. And I feel like if I release anything, I want it to be A1. I want it to be, you know, 110%. You know, I won't just throw out anything to y'all out, to my fans out there that, you know, probably receive less from a lot of artists. And I'm more of a believer of, you know, quality over quantity. I'm heavy into the oils, to the scent, to smell. So I feel like I'm definitely looking into brand my cologne. It's called Oh My. So that's just in the makings right now, and looking forward to coming up to BET Rising Icons as well for Grey Goose. So a lot of things are just kind of spurring up at the moment. Thank God, you know, we got another record out and everything is becoming a little bit more emotional. So what's up, y'all? This is Jeremih. You are now checking out Thisis50.com.